This is the quiz for helium. We are going to take this on Friday. So you should be taking this on Friday. All right, helium. So helium is a noble gas. Helium's atomic number is 2. It is in the last column on the periodic table, so that means its outer shell is full. Helium has 2 protons, 2 neutrons, 2 electrons. Helium's atomic weight is 4.002. Helium was discovered in 1868 during a solar eclipse. It was named after the Greek word for sun, helos. Helium is the second most abundant element in the universe. Helium is a very light, inert, colorless gas. By increasing the pressure on helium, it can be forced into a liquid. It is the only liquid that cannot be made into a solid by freezing. You can make it a solid by compressing it further. Even though its outer shell is full, it will bond with other elements weakly. The world's supply of helium comes from wells in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Helium is used as a nuclear explosive. Scientists use 2 hydrogen atoms and force them together to make unstable helium. Helium is a very light gas, so it floats in our atmosphere. It is used to float balloons and blimps. Helium makes up about 0.0005% of the world's atmosphere. This trace amount of helium is not bound to the Earth by gravity and is lost to space. The Earth's atmospheric helium is replaced by the decay of radioactive elements in the Earth's crust. Helium is combined with oxygen to create a nitrogen-free atmosphere for deep-sea divers so that they will not suffer from a condition known as nitrogen narcosis. It's used to pressurize rocket fuel in space shuttles. The history of helium. Helium was discovered on August 18, 1868, as a bright yellow line in the spectrum of the chemosphere of the Sun by French astronomer Pierre Jensen. He found it during a total solar eclipse in Gunther, India. It is named after the Greek sun for Helos, the Greek word for Helos. 22 years later, William Ramsay isolated helium on Earth by treating the mineral with acid. He was looking for argon, but after separating nitrogen and oxygen from the gas, he noticed a bright yellow line that matched the same line found in the spectrum of the sun. After an oil drilling operation in 1903 in Dexter, Kansas, USA produced a gas geyser that would not burn. Hawthorne collected samples of the escaping gas. He found that 1.84% of the gas sample was helium. Shortly thereafter, the military made the first airship using helium since it would not burn and was very lightweight. All right, so you're going to use this reading to answer the following questions. Helium is a noble gas, halogen, alkali metal. You need to make sure that you type in your first name, last name, and then select your teacher. All right, so the first question was helium is a noble gas, a halogen, or an alkali metal. Helium's atomic number is 1, 2, 3. So select the correct one. Helium is the blank most abundant element in the universe. Is it the first, the second, or the third? Helium is a very light, inert, colorless gas, or liquid, or solid. So is it a solid, a liquid, or a gas? It is named after the Greek word for sun. So is that helos, 2, or solar? So those are your questions. When you get finished with the test, click submit. You can take this test as many times as you need to, but you will not be able to see, you should be able to see what you made each time you take it. You have to make at least a 40 out of 50 in order to move on. So make sure that you have at least a 40 out of 50.